So you've been asking me to send you the recipe for mole. I'm about to show you some ingredients right now. Let's get to it. All right, so you'll need a tablespoon of peanut butter, just one. I get the creamy kind. You need either this brand. There's another one that starts with an R, but you need this mole. Okay, of course, it's got my name. Hey. This is more for like salting it once you actually make the mole sauce. You'll need half an onion, a couple of tomatoes, a whole bell pepper. The bell pepper and the onion is going to go into the water I have going on right now once I put in the pieces of chicken. So I'm using a whole chicken that I'm about to cut up into quarters basically. You will need a blender. So let's get started. Garlic. Workout detected. Making mole. Once it starts to foam up, I take this out because it's like the fatty stuff. So I take that out. I don't put salt in here yet. That won't come until later when we make the mole and put this in here. We got tomatoes in here. The bell pepper and onion are cooking in here, so probably in the next like 10-15 minutes we'll take it out and then put it into the blender as well. So right now we're gonna go ahead and open our mole and do only 1 tablespoon of the creamy peanut butter. Okay, it will not make your sauce like sugary or anything like that, and you really won't even taste it, but it's just something that's been taught to me by my mom and my grandma, so that's what I fed to y'all before and y'all loved it. So let's go. So you're gonna see it's got a little bit like of an oil on top. I just throw that into the trash can, and then with a fork we'll scoop out the stuff. It's like chalky. Technical difficulties. Probably feed a family of 8, maybe 6, depending on how many pieces of chicken they eat. Especially if the stuff's good, they'll want more. You can either throw this away or wash it and take the paper off and use it as a glass cup. Tablespoon, regular, small, little tablespoon. About this much, not too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and put about 2 tablespoons of this chicken bouillon into the blender. That way at least it's already blended in here. The second one. And then we'll like taste it once it's cooking with the chicken. I've been taking some of the fat out. As you can see, I'm still like skimming it, all that stuff around there. That's just like the fat. Everything else is just chicken broth. It's the yummy stuff. Then I'm going to take out the bell pepper and onion. Let's go ahead and do that now. You don't get any broth yet. Just go ahead and put that literally in here. Lord, that's gonna be a blender full. If you catch a garlic, that's fine too. Just throw it in there. So I am going to take some of this chicken soup and put it in a bowl just in case I need to add some once I put the mole in there. You'll need this just in case, like just to make sure it's not too watery or like too hard, so the chicken broth will help it be a little more smoother, like a creamy style. So as you can see, I still have it boiling. There's probably about 2 inches of chicken broth in there. I'm gonna blend this up and literally go ahead and pour it in here. Make sure you have a spatula so you can get everything out of here, because this is the good stuff. Pulse it. This stuff is hot, by the way, because you put chicken broth in there and it's hot. Okay. Be careful that doesn't pop on you. Looking so yummy. Pour it in. Pour it all in there. All right, let me get the spatula. Mix it in here. Once you let it boil for a while, like right now, maybe it's not as cream and thick, but once it starts to like simmer and you let it boil for a while, for like another 30 minutes, because mind you, I've already cooked this about 30 minutes already, and usually chicken cooks within the hour. You don't want to go past the hour, because if not, you're gonna have like dry chicken, and you don't want that. The chicken got to be juicy. So we're gonna do 30 minutes. 30 on. It's gonna be another 30 minutes in here. You don't want it too high or too low. So just kind of semi cover it, just so it's not like splattering out. So that way it kind of evaporates a little bit, gets a little more creamier. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and taste it, because I already kind of mixed it in here. You gotta remember, I already put 2 tablespoons of the chicken bouillon in here, but I did mix it with more of the chicken broth that was already in here. Give it a good mix. Taste it. If it's got enough salt for you, like the flavor that you like, then you're good to go. If not, add some more chicken bouillon seasoning. The chicken's over here boiling with the lid kind of like half off a little bit, and we got about 20 more minutes on that, and then you can go ahead and just turn it off and mix it up and just kind of like let it sit there for a minute. Make sure you check on it every like 10 minutes or so, just to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom, it's not like drying out. And as you can see, look, it's already like a creamy consistency. So give it a little mix. Check out the consistency, make sure it's not dry. If so, you know, add some chicken bouillon, retaste it. You want to do your best though to get it to the flavor you want from the moment you start boiling with the mole already in there. That way you don't have to mess with it anymore. Looking good. 10 more minutes. This should be done. Just like the bottom half of the chicken breast.
The flat spin 360. Often imagined, rarely attempted. Accomplished.
Good to go. What do you think? I wonder if you can taste it. Yummy. Lord, look at that.